So look here, this is your momentum candlestick. See, your target was hit in just one candle here. So we took the trade with momentum. In trading, catching momentum is the most difficult thing. As we can see here, this market is currently moving sideways, and most people lose money in this kind of market. And this type of momentum is the hardest to catch here. For intraday traders, because they don't even realize when the market trend has changed here, and they get stuck in such sideways markets where they can't tell when the market is catching momentum, and because of this, their capital gets wiped out. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you about two indicator strategies that can help you trade intraday no matter which market you trade in, whether it's the crypto market, forex market, or the Indian market. You can use these indicator strategies in all of them. So if this happens to you too, where you get stuck in such sideways market, you end up taking losses and can't catch these trending markets, then today's video could be very informative for you. Because here, I'm going to use two indicators and I'll also be using a specific time frame. 5 minutes. So whether you do scalping or you're an intraday trader, this indicator strategy can be very beneficial for you. And in this indicator strategy, I'll share a golden rule. If you don't use this golden rule, then this indicator strategy will just be the same as the ones you've already been using, and you'll keep facing losses in those too. So it's very important for you to know that golden rule, which is why you need to watch this video till the end, because I could share that golden rule at any time. And that golden rule is the most important part of this strategy. So let's find out which two indicators these are, what their names are, and how to add them. What are the settings we need to change? There are some important settings in both indicators that we need to adjust, and what are the rules you should follow if you're using the strategy with these two indicators. So here is the BTC chart. The time frame we're using here is the 5-minute time frame. Now we're going to add indicators here. To add the first indicator, we'll go to the indicator section and search here. The name of the indicator is Elder Impulse System. As soon as you type Elder Impulse System, you'll see a lot of indicators appear here. Look for Crypto VN Elder Impulse System and add this one. As soon as you add it, you'll see something like this. What do you see here? Here you can see a histogram. There will be a histogram, and along with it, you'll see a line that has three colors. The first is white, the second is green, and the third is red. Also, you'll see three colors here as well. First is blue, second is white, and third is red. Now, what do these colors represent? First, you'll see the green color here. On Instagram, this indicates that there is buying momentum here. Along with that, you'll also see a green line here, which means the trend has changed at this point, and there is buying momentum. The second is the white color. The white color here shows that the market has gone sideways, and there are chances that the market will spend time here and remain sideways. Retail traders often get their stop losses hit here, and beginners mostly get their stop losses triggered at this point. They take trades in this sideways market, but then the market neither goes up nor down, and they keep getting frustrated here. I will explain to you later how to work in these sideways markets. So here, the white color means that the market has turned sideways and has reached this point. And here it's waiting, so you must be seeing the red color. What does it mean? The red color signals a reversal or bearish trend. You're also seeing blue in the candle here. That means there's momentum. More momentum triggers blue candles. Now, a blue candle doesn't always mean one specific thing. It simply indicates higher momentum. It's not like that, so when I explain the rules to you, you'll understand how to use this. So here, our first indicator has been added. Now, let's go into its settings. In the settings, you'll see that the EMA length is 13. Keep it the same. The fast length is 12. Keep it at 12. The slow length is 26. Keep it at 26. And the signal length here is 9. Keep it at 9. After that, we'll click OK. So our first indicator is now set. Now we'll add the second indicator here, which is a very important indicator. So here, we'll go to the indicator. And here, we'll search for the name of the second indicator, which is MA. As soon as you type MA ribbon MTF, it will appear at the top of the list. You need to add it. Once you add it, it will show up like this. Now, you need to go into its settings. In the settings, you'll see that the fast MA type is set to EMA. We'll keep it as EMA here. You have three options, EMA, SMA, and HMA. We'll use EMA here because the exponential moving average is a bit faster, and that's why we'll use EMA, okay? The first length is 8, leave it as it is. For the first one, the time frame is set to chart. You can use whatever time frame you want here, or you can set it according to the chart. After that, the slow MA type is EMA. Leave it as it is. The slow length is 20, but you should change it to 21. So here we'll use 21, 8, and 21, okay? After that, the slow MA time frame is set to chart. Leave it as it is. The trend MA type is SMA, but here we'll change the trend MA type to EMA. It was set to that, but we'll change it to EMA. After that, for the trend length, we'll leave it at 202 and 100. This is a very important line, and I'll explain more about it later. After that, you just need to click OK. So these are the 2 or 3 settings that we've changed. Now, with this indicator, you should be able to clearly see the structure, when to enter a buy and when to enter a sell, but it's not that easy. It might seem easy, like if the price goes above this, I'll just buy here because it turned green, but that's not how it works. There are some rules you need to follow with this. If you just watch the video up to this point and leave, you might think it's as simple as buying whenever the price goes above this line or selling whenever it goes below. That's exactly why people end up losing money, but you shouldn't do that. I'm going to share some different things here that you really need to know. For every indicator, I explain different rules. It's not just about buying and selling, but people watch only up to that part of the video and then leave, and that's when they end up losing. And then people say that the indicator doesn't even work. First, watch all the rules, then you'll understand. So here, we'll first take examples from the buying side. So, what should be the first rule for buying? Our first rule should be our golden rule. The very first rule is our golden rule, which you can see here in the EMA, the big line you see here. If our price is above this, then we'll only look for buying opportunities. And if our price is below this, then we'll only look for selling opportunities here. If the price is above this, then it's the buying side. If the price is below this, then it's the selling side. This is our golden rule that we have to remember. So look here, you'll only look for buying opportunities from here to here. Then if you go back, here too you'll look for buying opportunities. Then if you come here, again you'll look for buying opportunities. Now when you come here, see, here you'll look for selling opportunities, not buying opportunities. Now if you go back, you can't go for the buying side here according to the rule. Here you have to go for the selling side only. Like when you come here, look, from here to here you can't go to the buying side here. From here to here, you'll only get trades on the selling side, and that's where you'll find momentum. So this is our first rule. Whenever the price is above this, we'll go for the buying side. If it's below, we'll go for the selling side. After that, we come to the second rule. Our second rule is that in this indicator, we'll draw a horizontal line here. Where will we draw it? We'll draw it here, near 25. We'll use a length of 25. We've drawn it here at 25. Now, whenever the histogram, it should close above 25. Only then will we go for the buying side. This is our second rule. What did we do here? We drew a horizontal line, and here you'll see that the histogram line you see, if it's at or above 25, only then will we go for the buying side. That's our second rule. The third rule is that the histogram line you see here should be green in color. This MA, the moving average, should also be green in color. As you can see here, it's green. So these are the 3 rules. After these 3 rules, you must have understood why I am not entering at this spot. On the buying side, you can see that the histogram is either forming downward, and even if it's forming green, it's not going above 25 here. That's why I've drawn a horizontal line here, and I'm watching. Until it stays above 25, I'll ignore it. Look here, it's moving sideways. So here, a lot of people might be taking losses, but here, your histogram is not above, and it is not above 25 either, so you will ignore the trade here, and your capital will also be preserved. So these are our 3 rules. After that, our 4th rule is that the candle should close above the 8 and 21 EMA ribbon, and it should be a blue candlestick close. So if you look here, this candle is not our buying candle. Why is it not? First, it hasn't gone above 25, and second, the moving average here is still red. So we'll wait for the next candle to see what it forms. Now look, our next candle is a blue candle, as we can see, and here it's showing 26. What was our first rule? That this line, the 200 EMA, should be above. That was our golden rule. Our second rule was that this should be above 25, our histogram. The second rule is also fulfilled here. Our third rule was that it should be green. Look here, it's green. That's the third rule. Our fourth rule was that this should change to green from red. So on this candle right here, we get our entry for a long position. We've entered here. Now, where will our stop loss be? Our stop loss will be just at the low of the previous candle. It's a small stop loss, not too big. Our first target will be 1 to 1, and after that, our second target will be 1 to 2. So these will be our targets. Now, let's see if our target gets hit or not. Here, you can see this is your momentum candlestick. Look, in just one candle here, your target was hit here, so we took the trade with momentum. You can see I didn't do anything special here. As soon as it went above 25, it went above the EMA, and this candlestick closed green. When all four of our rules were fulfilled here, we took a buy-side trade. Our stop loss was small, and our target, even at 1 to 2, was quite big. So you need to take trades on such momentum. Now, if you look back here, you can see this was also one of our examples. Look at this. On this candle, our level is at 25, and our stop was just below 25, so we couldn't enter here. But on this candle, we can enter, because here all our rules are being fulfilled as well. Look here, this candle is above the moving average. Second, our histogram here is above 25. Third, this line here is also going upwards, and it's green in color. Fourth, this candle is closing above the moving average line. So all four of our rules are fulfilled here. What will we do? We will take a long position here. Where will our stop loss be? Our stop loss will be at the low of the candle. Our first target will be 1 to 1, and after that, our target will be 1 to 2. Now, until our 1 to 2 target is achieved, what will we do? We will wait here. So look here, previously, if you were here, what happened? Here, you got a sandwich market, and after that, your target was hit. Then, if you come here, look, why didn't we go here? Because here, it's above 25. So in this way, what do you have to do? You have to take a trade on the buying side. If you go to the buying side with the help of this indicator, now I'll explain the rules for the selling side. Now look, the rules for the selling side here will also be almost the same. Our first rule here will be that this white line here is our 200 EMA, and the candlesticks should be below it. If we are going to the selling side, this will be our first and golden rule. The second rule will be that this histogram forming here should be below minus 25. So what will we do here? We'll set it to minus 25 here. So here, 1, we'll draw a horizontal line near negative 25, so that'll be our second rule. The third rule will be that this moving average here should be showing in red color, as you can see here. Our third rule is also being fulfilled. After that, the fourth rule will be that the candle should close below the moving average ribbon here, below this moving average ribbon. So on which candle did we get the close here? You can see here it's the second candle where we got the close. So all our conditions are fulfilled here. We'll set the stop loss at the high of the previous candle, and our target will be 1 to 1, and after that, 1 to 2. Okay, so these will be our targets. Here you can see the 1 to 2 target was easily achieved. Now, you might ask why we didn't go here. You can see here that the candlesticks closed above when the histogram started forming here. And after that, as soon as the candle started closing below here, this one turned white, and the trend immediately went sideways. That's why I'm ignoring the trade here. You can see here, this gave us a pretty good selling opportunity, which is why I'm going for selling here. So I hope you've understood the rules for the selling side as well. So I've told you 4 rules each for both the buying side and the selling side, which you should follow. If you trade using these 2 indicators, what's the first thing you need to do? You need to backtest. Whenever you use any indicator, make sure to backtest it first, and only then use it in live trading. So I hope you found this video informative. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, guys.